like doing that. I'm sure you can kind of guess what we're going to do today. We're going to change the oil. So first things first, we're going to open the hood. And pro tip, if you didn't know, there's where your hood prop goes, indicated by the arrow. But if you want to be super cool, there's another spot that they don't tell you about. I always use the second spot just because it gives you more room. As you can see, it's like the service prop, I believe is what they call it. I've always used it. I believe every Honda has that. Could be wrong, but I don't know. Everyone that I've owned has it. Alright, so what I always do when I get started is remove the cap as well as pull the dipstick out. Kind of like that. Just to remind myself there's no oil in the car. And then next we're going to do is jack the car up. Get it off the ground so we can crawl under it. Alright, so first step, we got to remove the metal splash shield. There's 4 Phillips head screws around it. Take those out and it slides back. I don't know if you can see that it's in 2 little like tabs, so if you slide it back it'll pop out. And once you get all 4 screws out, it's actually in 4 tabs. My mistake, you just slide it back, pull it off, set it out of the way, and now you have access to your drain plug, which is right here. Oil filter's right here. You can see the blue. So they're both right there, very easy to get to. And once you get that drain plug out, just let it drain. And side note, I had to use this motherfucker to get the drain plug out because whatever ass at the dealership decided to put it on at 9,000 foot-pounds. I had to use the biggest freaking wrench that I had for that little guy. Thanks for that. So while it's still pedaling away under there, I like to get my drain plug ready, my oil filter ready. Well, I always get a new drain plug gasket. Of course, I always use a Honda filter, just because these are designed to go 10,000 miles on an oil change. Most of your generic ones that you get at an auto parts store don't. So I prefer to use Honda. I use Mobil 1. This car uses 0.20 oil, which is like water. But that's what it recommends. So that's what I use. Obviously it's for fuel economy, so that's what this car is an economy car. So we stick with what it tells me to. I've used Mobil 1 for years. I love it. Not a plug. Not sponsored. But if you want to, hit me up. One thing I like to do, since this kind of goes up straight, basically, fill it up a little bit with oil. Wipe around the O-ring. Make sure when you take the old filter off that the actual O-ring comes off with it. Otherwise, it'll be a double O-ring. It will leak and you will have problems. We're down to a drip now, so we're going to put the plug back in. We're going to take the filter off. So old filter off. Did not film that because it's a mess. I did what I said in the last clip. Pour a little bit of oil in the filter, not all the way. Don't fill it up, just about halfway. Then you rub it around the seal. Put it, screw it back on there, tighten it down hand tight. You don't want to tighten it too much because otherwise you won't be able to get it off. But once that's done, clean up your mess under there, put your shield back on, and then once that's all done, we'll be back up top. So we're back on the ground. I got the funnel in. This, I believe, takes 3.9 quarts with the filter. So that's 5 quarts. So you should use almost all of it if you get one of those 5-quart jugs. So I'm going to start pouring that in now. Obviously I'm not going to be able to film that. It's going to take 2 hands. So I'll show you once we get it all set. Right, so we got all the oil in. I've got it with just under a quart left. Like I said, it didn't fill the filter all the way up, so it is slightly overfilled right now. But we are going to go ahead and fire it up, get everything moving. I'll show you how to reset that too. Let me shut this up real quick. Alright, so reset your reset your oil light. Turn the key on. And you're going to go to menu, go up to vehicle information, hit select, maintenance info, and then you see where it says reset, which is the select button. Reset. Yes. And it's been reset. So now it says 100% oil life. No more stupid little thing showing up on your screen. And let's go check the oil. And it pays to check because when I check it, it comes up to about right here. So it's not exactly full. That would be full. There's nothing on here, obviously, because I don't want to get my fingers all oily anymore. But it comes up to about there. There's still a little bit left before full. And if you recall, I used a little bit over 4 quarts. So 3.9 quarts is what the internet says. I know, internet's always right. So we'll add a little bit more, probably not even half a quart, but I'll show you when I'm done.